Comm 3325, final persuasive speech. So,
Lusquan.
Jonathan.
And
Candace.
was it right there? I think so. Yeah. Hi everyone. Today I am going to talk about Ireland and the reasons why you should take a trip to the beautiful country. All right. So there's three main cities to visit when you go to Ireland. The top three are Dublin, Waterford, and Belfast. We're going to talk about Dublin first. Dublin is the capital city for the entire country. So Dublin there is like Washington, D.C. for the United States. And in that city alone, 1/3 of the entire population of the country resides in Dublin. And it is one of the oldest cities in the country. It was one of the first founded. One of the main places to visit when you're in Dublin is Trinity College. They have the historic Book of Kells. It has a lot of old folklore about fairies, leprechauns, and the Iron Giant that we hear about who built his castle. And that's in one of the oldest colleges there. Another place to visit in Dublin is the Dublin Castle. It was a British headquarters there until 1921, and after Britain left Ireland, it became the Chester Beatley Library, where it now holds all the public documents and all the history of the city of Dublin and the creation of Ireland. Dublin dates back to Viking times. When they first landed, they saw it from the port of Dublin, and they decided to take over. And Vikings ruled Dublin until the 12th century, when it was conquered by the Anglo-Normans. And from then, the Anglo-Normans held control until the British invasion of Ireland during the famine. And during that, there was a lot of emigration. So many people left, and that's why today in Ireland, most of the Anglo-Normans' ancestries no longer reside there. The second city to visit when you go to Ireland would be Waterford. And the reason I suggest this place is it's in the southeast region, so it's in a completely different part of Ireland than Dublin is. And Waterford is really famous for their Waterford crystal, which is a glass factory. And it was really popular from 1783 until 2009, which is really recent if you think about it. The only reason why the crystal factory closed down was because of the lumber industry. It got involved and it overtook all the factories that were there. It bought them out. But the actual factory itself has been turned into a museum where they have relics of the one of the main glass that it created, like vases and sculptures. One of the biggest towers and oldest is the Reginald Tower. It's the oldest building in Waterford. It's when you look at it, it's not very majestic or magnificent, but it still stands to this day, and it dates back to 1712. Yeah, 1712. So the fact that it still stands today is a huge tribute to the craftsmanship that went into it, and shows how much history is still left in that city. Downriver from Waterford is where the Nore River, the Barrow River, and the River Suir meet. And the Irish have a saying. It's called Cumar nad Trí Uisig, which means the confluence of the three waters. And they have a festival there every year during the spring to celebrate the salmon swimming back up the stream. The Waterford port is the major port in Ireland. And it's right next to that Waterford crystal factory that I spoke of earlier. It's the most it's the largest port there, and it exports most of their fish and all the other industry items, such as linens, crystal glass that they still have made, and lumber. The third city that I want to introduce y'all to is Belfast. It's the administrative capital of Ireland, and it's the largest city in Northern Ireland. So I've taken you from the middle of Ireland to the south of Ireland, back to the north of Ireland. And an interesting fact about this city is while Dublin is the largest city in Ireland, Belfast is the 18th largest in the UK, so not based on population, but actual city size. It's the center of the historic linen industry there. They started the loom processing in Belfast, and that created a big explosion, which is why the city is so large. It needed to accommodate all of the linen factories that were there. The big places to see that are more up-to-date and modern would be the Big Wheel, and the best time to see the Big Wheel is at night. The Big Wheel is like a Ferris wheel, and it's located right behind City Hall. And City Hall was built in 1906, and the Big Wheel was created in 2000. So it's a great contrast between historic Ireland and modern Ireland, and they have it at night to set lights matching from City Hall and the Ferris wheel to coordinate with each other. So it's really beautiful there. One beautiful thing about Belfast is that it's surrounded by mountains, and so there's a lot of parks and forests, and it's the center of horticulture there because of the humid climate. And it has one of the biggest botanical gardens, and that's in Queen's Quarter. They have one of the largest cast iron glass houses there where you can go and find all the beautiful flowers and stuff. And outside the glass house, there's a tropical ravine, which is it's like a rainforest that they produced there. And you can find tropical birds and vegetation and wildlife. And in the botanic gardens in Belfast, there are public events such as operas held, and even more popular events like concerts and festivals. So I'm going to go over the reasons why you should visit Ireland. Mainly it's the history that's there. You can see history everywhere you turn, from all the old castles and the farmland and the mountains, and just enjoy the beauty of the nature. There are many tours that you can take, especially of the most popular ones would be the haunted castles that tell the stories of the Irish folklore. And if you're more of a modern traditional person, you can visit the Guinness's beer storehouse there. They have weekly tastings where you can visit the factory. And finally, you can enjoy the cuisine, which is pretty awesome if you think about it, because they have sausages, potatoes. And that is where the potato chip was made. They cut the potato a little too thinly when they were frying it, and hence we have now the potato chip, which is really popular. And Ireland is a place of adventure. You can go surfing, go mountain climbing, just go for a leisurely walk. It's a beautiful place, and I hope you all decide to take a visit. Thank you.
It's a good speech. You know how to drag it on. Oops, I better stop it first.